Hello, this is AdamJunior, a systematic front, and this is going to be a quick look at why this is probably the end of my channel. So, I know that I don't have nearly the following that I used to have, entirely on me. I'd be surprised if 100 people saw this video. That being said, considering there's 100 people out there that still, after all this time, probably have some sort of interest in what I have to say, I feel like I sort of owe an explanation for my absence and I guess what's going on. And more than that, I think an important message for the content creators that are still out there going strong. So before I get to anything else though, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's ever been part of the Systematic Front family in any sort of way. It's really meant more to me than I'd ever really be able to articulate. So really, truly, thank you. With that being said, let's get into a little bit of a story time. So Systematic Front, AdamJunior, really kind of synonymous brands. They're one and the same to me. And when I created the Systematic Front brand, it was because, and I guess the AdamJunior brand, the reason why I took on that name is because while I really enjoyed gaming and everything I did with it, you know, it was always secondary to who I was as a person. You know, so it was AdamJunior. You know, not primary Adam. Primary Adam is who I am in real life, but you know, Systematic Front is AdamJunior. And it really allowed me to, I suppose, have some fun with, I guess, for lack of better words, kind of my inner child. You know, being able to play games, enjoy it, and do a lot of cool things. You know, and so I never really, even when I sort of got out of the Madden mobile community and kind of lost interest there, even if I wasn't able to rekindle my interest in Madden, I always knew that there'd be some other game that would get my interest I could attach Systematic Front to, and so Systematic Front was never really dead. It was just needing some way to get rekindled. And that was my plan for the last year, was find some way, whether it's Madden or something else, find some way to relaunch it. And I was really dedicated to that. So that being said, what changed? Well, YouTube right now, they are talking about plans to enforce a law that's been on the books for a while called COPPA. I'm not sure if you've heard about it. It's not been as big of a deal as it should have been, but it's basically is a law that doesn't allow kids under 13 to see targeted ads. Because of that rule, and the way that YouTube is going to be enforcing it, basically any sort of channel that makes content targeted towards kids is going to have most of their monetization and most of their features taken away, including even a comment section on their videos. So essentially, videos that cater towards making content for kids aren't really going to be economical. Now you could say that, you know, I don't really make content for kids, and I would tend to agree with you. You know, most of my audience was adults. You know, that being said, it's something that's being enforced by the FTC more than anything else. And so, you know, while I'm confident it wasn't really a kids channel, it's I couldn't be confident that, you know, the government wouldn't see it the same. So that being said, the way that they're looking at it is, starting in 2020, every video that you make, if it's targeted towards kids, you have to market it as towards kids. If you do, your monetization and most of your features get taken away. If you don't though, and the FTC ends up finding your video and deciding otherwise, they will fine you up to $42,000 per video. And so with that, it really wasn't worth it to me to take that risk in getting that fine, because that's a tremendous amount of money. I mean, at least a couple hours worth of work. So I wasn't willing to take that risk. And in terms of marketing, you know, marketing the videos just for kids to be safe, to me it just wasn't worth putting in the effort and going all out, you know, making those videos when it's not going to get the same monetization, not going to get the same feature. I couldn't justify putting in that effort into it. So with that said, I can't, unless things change, I don't see myself doing videos like that anymore. I still love being a content creator, and I do see myself, you know, creating content in the future, but it'd probably be something that I'm more interested, like personally in real life, more than just a video game, something with a bit more substance to it, and something I could probably attach even my real identity to. So that's going to be what I focus on more than systematic front. That's what I got. I know that I have a really small reach, but you know, as much as it is giving up the systematic front brand, even more than that, I know that there's a lot of content creators that have more than just a brand. They have their livelihoods attached to their channels. And I really am scared for them and how that's going to play out in 2020, depending on how this whole COPPA thing gets plays out. I don't know. Hopefully it's, you know, not as big of a deal as it seems. It just seems right now that might be kind of a big deal. So that's that. I would, if you have content creators that you're in touch with, have them take a look at it, have them make an educated decision for themselves. I'm by no means an expert. I'm just making the decision that's right for me. But appreciate you watching. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have a good Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. AdamJunior out. Oh, and as I'm walking away, most importantly, have a happy December 8th.